Hey everyone! Hello, hello. Okay, I'm really excited. I am here. First of all, let me slow down. I am hoping that I have, okay, I do. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, it's a little bit different. Sorry, y'all. I scrolled for a second. I'm just gonna tag a few of y'all so that y'all know that I'm on and I'm live. Make sure I tag Janice. Thank you, Janice, for offering me the opportunity to train in your group. Welcome, everyone. My name is Desiree York. I am a Southern girl in the United States. I live in a really small town in South Carolina, so you might notice that my accent also sounds a little different. So, I'm really excited though. I have been asked to talk to y'all today about messenger parties. And from my understanding, messenger parties, are possibly completely new to you. When you jump on, if you'll say hi, and if you catch the replay, go ahead and drop me whatever your favorite color heart is. Just drop me your favorite color heart. I can't guarantee that I'm actually going to get to see your message, like your comments, but I promise I'll come back and respond. I can also try and pull it up over here really quick too. But more than likely, I'm not going to catch the comments because if I do, I will squirrel. I will squirrel big time. So yeah, and it's not pulling it up for me right now. And that's okay. But I hope y'all are doing fantastic. I am terrible at, oh, I see comments on this over here. Totally new to all of you. Fantastic. All right. Oh, thanks, y'all. Thank you so much for jumping on. Okay. If I can look at comments, I will towards the end, but let's just go ahead and jump in. I love messenger sales. You can run a messenger event in a couple of different ways. The first, one way that you could run a messenger sale is just with your VIPs, right? If you have a customer group and you want to offer them just like the special, like exclusive, private, super secret, we sometimes call them, messenger sale, you can also offer them to your VIPs. You can also run a messenger sale for a hostess. That's a great way. I have done quite a few of those myself. It's a great way to do a new style of party. Sometimes Facebook parties people feel they're a little overdone, right? So you could run a messenger sale or just like a messenger party, give it its own spin of a name, whatever you want to call it, a 1-hour beauty bash, whatever you want to spin it, you can call it anything under the sun, but it's just going to happen in Messenger. And it's really short, really fast. And then the third way is you can actually launch new downlines through a messenger sale. Also have done that successfully and really enjoy that format. I've done it a few times and it's great, especially it's great for those downlines that maybe aren't sure if they want to create a group. It's great if your downline has maybe been struggling a little bit to qualify. It's a great place to go in and have that event. So how do I run a messenger sale? What are like some of the first steps? So first of all, you'd want to create an event. So if it's in your if you're doing a VIP event, you would just do that in your customer group. For the other two styles of events, you would create those publicly on Facebook, and that allows anybody to be invited to that event. And anyone who accepts with a yes or a maybe, you're going to invite those people into your messenger group when you get to that point. Okay, but the very first thing is you want to create that event. Now, I do suggest that if you're running like a VIP style messenger party, kind of come up with a theme that you think your group would like. Maybe you've been running content in your own customer group and you're like, oh, you know what? We've been talking all about lips for February, and so you want to run super secret messenger sale, get your customers in there, and then you're going to run only content for lips. You want to make it a little bit specific, especially when it comes to a VIP messenger party, because you don't want it to become overwhelming and you have 1 hour. You can only share so much, especially if you've already been running a drip campaign in your own group. You can then like take that focus and turn it into a sale in Messenger. And I find that Messenger parties are really successful because you're not fighting the Facebook algorithm anymore. Everyone's in there that wants to be in there. They can look, they can engage, they can participate, they can see what you have to offer. It's going to create a little more hype and excitement, and then you bring in those sales. It's really good. So the next thing after you create that event, I do have my notes because y'all, squirrel life, you want to then, I personally invite the customers, you would create that event at least 48 hours before. More than that, if it's not just a VIP event, if it is for a hostess party, I would say you would create that event at least 3 days before you're actually going to run the party. Okay. And then, if you're doing a hostess, if you have a hostess that you're inviting to do this messenger sale with you, or if you have a new downline that you're running this event for, give them a script. Provide a little script for them to send out to their people. Typically, my script is something like, I would send them that you could say, hey, whatever, girl, hey, their name, whatever. Hey, so-and-so, I am so excited. I am hosting a really fun 1-hour beauty bash on Thursday night at 8 p.m. It's going to be super fast, super fun. I've fallen in love with these amazing no smudge, no budge lip products. They're crazy. On top of it, there's going to be some giveaways, some discounts, some prizes. You won't want to miss it. Would you like an invite? And that's just something that I just usually give them that verbiage and say, here's something you can send to personally invite your people and then if they say, sure, why not? Then you have them send them the event link. They RSVP going to the event link, and you know now who needs to be brought into that messenger party. Okay? All right. I just lost my screen, so I apologize. I really can't see comments. Now I'm definitely going to have to see those comments afterwards. But the next step would be, is to create the chat. When do you create the chat? You're going to create the chat the morning of the event. I personally like doing it the morning of because it gives you time to slowly get the people into the event. Sometimes, occasionally, I have created a hostess messenger event the day before the event is going to start. So if I was running my event Thursday night at 8, I would create it on Wednesday night at 8, because then that allows me to kind of see everybody who's in there and try and start to build some relationships. But if you have already created that public Facebook event too, y'all use that event. Don't hold back. That is your their ticket saying that, yes, I want to be there. You can friend request them. You can drop a little bit of engagement in there. Like, hey, drop a selfie and I will create you a custom collage. And then you can try and get into Messenger with them immediately in a private message to kind of just start chatting with them and getting to know them a little bit and building that relationship with them. So either, but typically for a VIP party, it's midday, morning. I create the event and I just slowly add the people in depending how many people I have that wanted to come into the event. And immediately after I create that chat, to create that chat, I suggest just picking like a Cinesister, your significant other. You can always just take them out once you've added everybody into the event, but you do need to have a couple of people in there to create a group chat. And so you'll want to create that group chat, and then you can remove the extra people that maybe don't want to watch. But one thing that I also like to do is like my downlines that maybe aren't super familiar, maybe they're newer, I'll ask them, hey, do you want to see how I run one of my messenger sales? Like, I'll invite you in and you can watch. So it's really great too if you have downlines to invite them, just use them as your people to get that chat started. So create that chat, get that chat going, and the very first thing I do after I've created that chat, before everybody's even in there, I drop a little verbiage like, hey y'all, I'm so excited for our beauty bash, or, you know, if you're calling it, I'm so excited for our super secret sale tonight. It's going to be starting at 8 o'clock Eastern. I give them just a little bit of information about it, and then I tell them, just hold tight while I add everybody into the group. I usually say a little something about let's not, you know, like let's keep the chatting quiet. You could say it in a really nice way, like this chat's going to be super quiet until the event tonight at 8 o'clock. It's a nice way of saying like, hey, let's not be talking in here. And then if you have any questions, feel free to message me privately. And then I give them instructions on how to like press and hold on this message to heart it once you've read it. And so it just lets you know that they've read it, they're in, they're good to go. And then that's it for a little bit, right? You're going to let that group and just kind of add them throughout the day. As more people RSVP, you can send out reminders to get some more people in. You just add them throughout the day. Now, yes. Okay. I covered that. So, I am straying from my notes, y'all. I'm going rogue. 1 hour before, I usually send another little message like, hey y'all, 1 hour until party. I'm going to go ahead, and then actually I just kind of leave it at that. Here's the good thing, and I love it. Morgan Zambrano is amazing. She is one of my uplines. And so one of her suggestions was like a great tip about adding people early in the day is that then they kind of don't forget about that group. They're like, oh, hey, you can even add an incentive, like add a friend or two, get some bonus entries into the grand prize. Like that's a great way, especially if it's a hostess party. You can give them opportunities to get extra entries into a grand prize. And we're going to talk about like the structure of the party in just a few minutes. But this is just literally what are the beginning steps and stuff like that. The next step would be 15 minutes till. I also then send a message like, hey, 15 minutes until we start. So excited. Drop some party emojis. I'm going to add some information that I need you to read. It's usually a really long post about how a messenger sale will work. I am happy to share the verbiage that I typically use. I can't say that it's 100% mine. I've, of course, tweaked it as time has gone on, but I'm happy to share that after this. But I just drop them a long message about how we're going to run the event. That's going to be 1 hour. It's going to be super fast. The posts are going to come. How do they, like you want to make sure they understand how do they order, what are the deals, etc., etc. Okay, so how does the party flow work? Now, you've like done all this build up, you've gotten your people invited, they're in the group. What do you do now? Like, what's next? This is the fun stuff, y'all. This is what we know, right? You already know all this stuff. You know how to run a hostess party. You know how to run an event in your VIP group. You know how to launch a downline. It is not that much different. It really isn't. The biggest thing is that everything happens in 1 hour. And I don't know about you, but for me personally, a lot of my launch parties, there's hype and build up, but it starts in 1 hour. Like I do it all in 1 hour time frame. So you're literally just changing where it's taking place, in my opinion, especially when it comes to a hostess party and when it comes to launching a downline. It's not changing too much. You're still going to use that content. You're just moving it into Messenger where people can interact with you immediately, which is kind of fun. So with my initial, hey, it's time for the party to start. Let's talk the party flow now. When the party is starting, I do personally record a quick 30 to 45 second video. And then I drop it in, and I try to make it generic, but typically with my little welcome video, they're not super generic. They might be for a hostess party because I can use that video over and over again. But for my themed VIP group, I mean, my customers would catch on if I was using the same video every time. I just typically at some point during the day or a day before, I do a quick video saying, welcome to our super secret sale. I'm so excited you're here. I've named them everything under the sun too, like welcome to our winter bash, welcome to our hydration, whatever, our hydration night or whatever. Like they've just been all kinds of names. I just kind of theme them. Welcome to our Galentine's gal get together. You know, I don't know. I like to play on the same letter and everything, alliteration. But anyway, so you can name them whatever. You can even change that title right at the top. And so I'll just do a quick welcome, like, oh my goodness, ladies, I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me tonight. I do a quick rundown of what special discounts I might do. So you want to make it different. You want to make it special. Like, let them know what they can get. One great thing you could do, every five claims, I'm giving away blank, a pearlizer wand. I'm giving away a makeup brush. I'm giving away a deluxe sample. It can be whatever you want it to be, but like that FOMO, like every time there's 5 claimed and you do that giveaway, oh, we've had 5 claimed, we're going to go ahead and give one away. You draw from those 5 who have ordered, boom, you've given something away. And so it creates that FOMO, which is going to like get that sense of urgency in which customers are going to start buying right away. It's really fun to create that hype. You also want to know, like I usually do a grand prize giveaway in my event. I decide ahead of time what you want your discounts to be. Are you going to do tiered discounts where if they buy 1 item, they get 5%, 2 items, they get 10%, 3 items, they get free shipping, whatever you want it to be. Think that through, and I usually include that in my video too. It's also going to be included in that long message, but I just review it. One of my first posts is always like, who wants to see what the grand prizes are? So that's like, and then about every 5 minutes, you're going to kind of post. I talk fast. I'm sure you've heard me talking fast this whole time. You're like, whoa, slow down. I can't keep up. I'll try and go back. It might not be until this evening, but I'll try and go back up and add just like a synopsis of like what I've run through for you in the text space above, whatever you want to call that, in the messaging space above. So, but yeah, about every 5 minutes, you're going to space your posts out. You don't need to have stock for this. If you wanted to have a limited number of claims, you could, if you wanted to, whether you have stock or not. But you don't have to have stock. That's the great thing. You can even encourage them to order from your website if that's what you prefer. You can just incorporate that into your giveaway or your discounts. Like $100 gets free shipping. Every, like 10% off of every order if you use your Kiss and Tell account. There's so much flexibility to this. I would say you want to also have like engagement things. So use the poll feature, especially with hostess parties, like using those polls to kind of get a feel for like, what are their interests? I have some typical go-to questions like, what is your top favorite? Oh my goodness, I'm finally seeing comments. Yes, I love using the website, y'all. Like, if you don't use the website, I've recently kind of like switched my mindset with the website. That's a whole nother thing, but I've really been having a lot of success too with that, where I really plan out my month, and like I do place still my bulk order at the beginning of the month, and so I plan when I'm actually going to be ordering for my customers, like theme boxes. Anyway, sorry. Okay, let's focus. But yeah, you can definitely still push them to the website, but you can still run your messenger sale through and just like encourage them to go on and buy a few things, right? So what was I saying? Engagement. Use the poll feature. Some of my go-to questions are, let's see. Are you like, Y'all, why can't I not even think of the questions I ask all the time? Have you heard of Synergens before? You know, like, have you heard of these magical products before? I usually ask them if they could change, you know, like if they could wave a magic wand and, you know, like fix one concern, one skincare concern, what would it be? And then I give them a list of options. I give them what product can you not leave the house without? And that really will give you a clue too, like what can they not live without? Like, do they really need a foundation? Do they feel like they really need their brows done? Do they feel like they have to have a lip on? That will steer you in your conversation with them on what they need. If you chose to engage with them in the event before creating the messenger group, some of those things could go in there as well. And you can give them bonus entries into the grand prize if you wanted to for answering those questions. And then you know what to create on their custom collages, on those selfie collages. Like, hi, Tracy. Like, you then know what to put. Like, if they say they never wear lip color, don't put lips on there. We've got millions of other fabulous products, right? So, but use polls. I really like to do some fun, like, maybe some trivia questions. Like, we'll take like like a little break every 15 minutes. We'll be like, okay, break time, go grab your drink. But before you do, 2 guesses on this trivia question. It doesn't have to be like, if you're doing a Galentine's messenger sale, make it fun. Make it about, I don't know, famous girls in movies. Make it about Valentine's themed things. It could be anything. Winter theme, do some fun, like, you know, Christmas content, or, you know, whatever holiday you celebrate, you can make that content and gear it towards that and just have fun with it. I also really love, one of my favorite things is I'll tell them to go on a scavenger hunt. Have y'all ever done a scavenger hunt in your, maybe in your own events, like your own parties or on your own customer group? They are so fun. So what I'll tell them to do, I'll make a list of like 3 or 4 random things, and all they have to do is snap all of them in the same picture and post it. And then whoever shares their picture of the items they found, like a flip-flop, you know, like needle and thread, like whatever, random things. I do typically try and pick things that I think everyone will have in their house somewhere. A pair of nail clippers, whatever. I have them run and go get those things, and they have to snap a picture of it and then share it. And I'll just put everybody in who participated for a drawing, and they'll win a little something from me. So engagement is still key in a messenger sale. Make it as fun as you can. And then I don't know if y'all do this. It's something I switched to about a year ago. I've made pre-recorded clips of like me putting CCTM on my face. By the way, if you don't have a super red face, our blush can really make your cheeks a little more rosy, and it doesn't smudge. Okay. Like my people know that my face is not that red. So I show them, like, when my cheeks are that red, it doesn't come off. And then I show them how CCTM can cover that up. It's crazy. It's an amazing wow factor. It wows just as well as our lip product. So do a quick video clip of CCTM. You can do this. I literally sat down, and you guys probably know this. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk down, but like any new distributors that might be in here, one thing that I did, I batched my content one day for all of my videos. I have 4 young kids, ages 8 and under, and I do have 2 of them in school now, and one goes 3 days a week. But I started this business 2 years ago. I should have told y'all a little bit of my background knowledge. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. You need to try it. Try it first. You know, obviously don't just go live and do it, but try it yourself and like wow yourself. But, it was really hard for me. Like, it still is. I mean, I have a 2-year-old, but I started this business with a newborn. And so like, I have always just kind of like, how can I make this work? How can I make this work with my schedule? And the fact that I'm still taking care of littles at home. I'm in my bedroom, for goodness sakes, doing this video. This is my life, y'all. So, I have to create my content at once. So if you kind of know what your week is going to look like, you can create that content all in one fell swoop, other than your lives and stuff like that. But so like, I knew I wanted these videos because these videos are a game changer. People will watch a 35 to 45-second video. So if you're going to make these for your messenger sale, I encourage you to also start putting them with your videos for your actual Facebook parties, because it's amazing how many people will watch a really quick video clip of you just putting CCTM on half your face. And they're like, what? It can do what? Like, that's crazy. You put a little information about it. You can have another graphic or two with it, but like, have those videos with it. Putting then your concealer on, putting a lip color on, and then like, you can actually in about, it takes about a minute and a half, 2 minutes sped up. You can do like how to apply lip sense. And I just put a little bit of text underneath of it. All of these things can now be saved and used in so many different areas. Yes. Yes. Short videos are so, like, I've just found them to be so useful. I can send a clip to somebody if they're like, well, you know, tell me about the mascara. I'll tell them about the mascara. And then I send them a video where I've got mascara on, like, I apply it to one eye, and they can, you know, and then I look up and they're like, holy moly, like the difference. So you can then use those videos. So I do encourage you that, for your messenger sale, even though you can't go live like you can on Facebook, you can create clips. And once they're created, you've got them. You've got them for a long time, you know, until you decide you need to update them. Maybe you've changed your hair and you're like, okay, and it doesn't matter if you've changed your color, who cares? You know, but maybe you've like drastically changed and you're just like, okay, or maybe your skill set has improved. I know I have done that over the last 2 years. I've updated videos because I'm like, okay, I didn't know what I was doing, but it's fine. We all are here to grow. So, video clips are powerful. I would then do a video clip to close as well. If you're doing a hostess party, you would still close it. But if you are doing one for a new launch, encourage your downline to create that video, and just a quick little thank y'all so much for coming. It's been so much fun. Don't forget, these deals were for, you know, like, and that's when I tell them it wasn't really for 1 hour. I tell them they have 24 hours to order, and then everyone's going to be removed from the group. Telling them up front too, usually, that at the end of the party, everyone's going to be removed from the group, generally keeps people from just like dodging out. Oh, do you teach, Tracy? That's amazing. I used to be a classroom teacher. So it sounds like maybe you're a professor. Yeah, it's hard to work a full-time job and balance everything. I think it's hard no matter what line of work or what your world looks like, right? We get busy. We are definitely busy. Then you're going to make sure you message the guests privately, okay? If it's a downline that has launched, have them reach out and message each of the guests. But I do reach out to each of the guests. I am big. One of my favorite things is like following up. Like, that's one of my big things that I am known for, is following up. You can follow up in a way that's super non-spammy, not pushy at all. I'm not a super pushy person. You can just make it real laid back, like, hey, thank you so much for attending the VIP party. I just wanted to check in and see if you wanted to snag anything. The event will be closing at 10 a.m. or whatever, whenever you have set that it's going to close out within the next 24 hours. But do those private reach outs, have your downline do those private reach outs. And if it's a hostess party, especially do those reach outs and see if they're wanting to help support the hostess. How do you organize all this in advance? Some of y'all might be sitting there like, great, but where am I going to have all this stuff at? Do y'all have boards? I'm assuming, I'm not even sure if boards is like more than just like, I think it's, I don't know, y'all, that might be a silly question, but, if you don't use boards, if you have the ability to use boards is amazing, but I have a backup plan if you don't have boards. So like, I literally just keep my messenger cell and boards. It's really great because you have your text and then your pictures that follow, and it all just like pulls in really seamlessly. But if you can't do that, you can actually just create a mock messenger group in which you organize it all, and you have it all there ready to go, and then you can still just easily grab it and send it. I've also used in the past Google Keep. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Google Keep, but Google Keep, you can organize a folder in Google Keep, and so you could put all the stuff in there as well. You can't put graphics, but you could have all your text, and then you could have your graphics on your phone, and you could just have them in a folder organized as well. So key, have it organized and ready in advance, but there's several options. Boards, using a mock messenger group where you go ahead and load it all. Like you could send it to yourself. Does anybody else send like messages to themselves all the time? Guilty. Y'all, like my messages to myself is such a mile long, but like you could create it, send it all to yourself, and then just forward it into the group, and they can't even tell that it's been forwarded. It's pretty fantastic. So those are some options there for like organizing the content. If you're going every 5 minutes, okay, think about how many posts you want. Okay, that's about 15 posts, because then you're gonna have your interactions in there too. So like keep it simple. Don't make it too complicated. I know for me personally, I have about 10 products that I focus on when I'm doing a distributor launch, or even when I'm doing a hostess launch. I might talk about some things before and after, but like the actual hour of me doing that launch, I've picked 8 to 10 core products that I want to focus on, and that's what I do in that time. And then I throw in some engagement too. So yeah, it's a really fun thing to try. Did I forget anything? Oh, this is a fun tip. Okay. This is just a little extra. Sales is my jam. I absolutely love selling, and I love upselling. So please make sure you always offer the upsell. If somebody says, I'd like to buy this, you still have their list. Like if they've commented sold this, sold that, and they're allowed to interact throughout the chat. Okay. Encourage them to interact during the party. That's why interactives are good. It's encouraging them to engage. So if they're claiming stuff and they have a list of like 3 things, you can still offer the upsell. You still reach out to them, thanking them so much, saying, hey, I have you down for these 3 things. You are the expert. You know what goes well with other products. Don't hesitate to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you grabbed, I don't know, like, let's say they grabbed a concealer. I'm so glad you grabbed that light concealer. Did you want to add on the white concealer? I'm obsessed with it. This is how I use it. You're just offering them. You're giving them information to help them. So please make sure you always offer the upsell. I wouldn't be me if I didn't say a little something about upselling, but here's my gem. Okay, here's my gem. Hopefully y'all see this as a gem. Do a sneak peek promo. So when I was running for Turks and Caicos, it's over a year ago now. I was running for it last January through March. My big final push was my VIP messenger sale, and they had just dropped. Do you remember the Legacy Duo? They had just dropped the Legacy Duo. I hadn't mentioned it in my group at all yet. So you know what I did? It's like a whisper campaign. Anyone who accepted an invite into my group, like into the messenger event that was happening, anyone who accepted that invite, I sent them a message like, hey girl, thank you so much for coming to my messenger event tonight. I am so excited. I have a very special deal for you that you can only snag until the event tonight. There's a brand new promo, a brand new product. Do you want to see what it is? And then when they say yes, I sent them the pictures of it. And then I said, girl, just because you're coming to my secret messenger sale tonight, you can snag this duo for this price. And like whatever it is, whatever you want to make this special, you could just throw an extra bonus gift with it. But I encourage them to snag something before my messenger sale even started. It worked crazy good. It was crazy good. I've done it since then too. A whisper like, hey, anytime you have something that you can create like this exclusivity, this like sense of like, wait, you've got something that nobody else knows about, that nobody else can get. They are feeling super special. They will buy it. Not everyone. I had people turn me down, but I sold so many of those duos at that exclusive price because they were coming. It was also a reminder that they were coming to my event, that they didn't want to miss out, that there was going to be good stuff there, but it was a great way for me to upsell them before it even started. So that's my gem. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to have to go back and watch look at all the comments and respond. I did, for some reason, get comments towards the end. But, oh good. Thank you so much, Janice, for inviting me. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them here. I'm happy to answer as many questions as I can. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day, night. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't do time zones very well. So whatever time of day it is for you, have a good one. And I'll chat with y'all soon. Bye. Oh, you're so welcome. Bye.